Let's bring in former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker. Chris, this comes on the heels of House Oversight Chair James Comer, basically saying, and we also have another gentleman who's going to join us in just a second. Can you talk to us about this indictment coming on the heels of House Oversight Chair James Comer basically saying he did talk to Kevin McCarthy, and Kevin McCarthy talked to the GOP conference about potentially impeaching President Biden over what is going on in the corruption scandal there. You ran the FBI criminal division. How is this looking for Biden here with all these phone calls involving Devon Archer?
Yeah, I said yesterday that I think that investigation is reaching critical mass from the standpoint of tying Joe Biden in to this, what I call stream of services. Services going in one direction, benefits, money, a meeting, firing a prosecutor, going in the other direction, and they correspond in time, so there's no direct quid pro quo. That's what an aggressive prosecution theory and an aggressive investigation looks like, but it wouldn't. That's not what they're doing. I mean, if we had the special counsel on this, we might see a grand jury, we might see search warrants, we might see a more scorched earth investigation like we have with Donald Trump, but we don't see that. And people from across all walks of life that I talk to in all professions, they're questioning this. They question the timing of all of these indictments, superseding indictments. It just seems like the justice system is upside down right now. Yeah, I mean,
Senator Chuck Grassley released the FBI informant document alleging Joe Biden and Hunter Biden took bribes. We've got that. We've got all this running against President Biden's claims he never knew and basically systematically lying to the American people. They didn't know what Hunter was doing, with selling his government job and selling influence. I mean, the story here is this. That is that a lot of people in D.C. talk about this, Chris, that Biden was a negative net worth before he became vice president. He basically was told by Obama, you're not going to be the 2016 nominee, Hillary Clinton is, and then put Hunter on the stick to do foreign lobbying, breaking laws in order so the Bidens could buy big houses. We're talking, mansions in Delaware, beachfront houses, a Corvette. So that's the look for Biden here. Is he sitting there thinking, this is great what Jack Smith is doing to Trump?
Oh, sure. I mean, again, that's what a real thorough scorched earth investigation looks like. And, what we're seeing is basically the FBI took a dive, DOJ manipulated things. And so we have nothing on the other side, on the Hunter Biden side of things, even though the Biden family is coming out looking very much like a criminal enterprise. I mean, you have all the money moving, all the shell corporations, the meetings that just duck into the phone conversation with Mr. Big ducks into the conversation just long enough to verify that Hunter, has him in the wings, ready to do whatever they need for him to do. I mean, that is exactly how a criminal enterprise works. And Kevin McCarthy said this earlier. This actually, if the name wasn't Biden, it was Gotti or some other, criminal name, or even just Trump, this would be a RICO case against the Bidens. It has every element of a racketeering case. And the guy at the top, he doesn't jump down and give direct orders to the lower level minions, but he's up there and he's issuing those orders with deniability, plausible deniability. We've seen this before. All you have to do is look through, all of the RICO indictments over the last 20 years.
How is this a racketeering case? How would you bring that?
Well, you have to have an organization, in fact. Doesn't have to be a brand name organization, even though in this case Joe Biden is the brand. You have to have 2 felony criminal violations over the course of 10 years, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's a little oversimplification, but they have to be criminal federal felonies. They have to be in furtherance of the business of the organization, which is the illegal business, some type of illegal business. In this case, it can be wire fraud. It can be FARA, it can be money laundering, it can be bribery, which I just talked about, honest services. All you really need is 2 violations over the course of 10 years, and you have to have that organization. You can prove the organization by all their actions.
It's what Biden insider Devon Archer testified to, that Burisma executives didn't like the prosecutor investigating Burisma officials for corruption, tells Hunter Biden, get on the phone. Hunter calls D.C. We don't know who he called in D.C., right? But That certainly
Right.
isn't a good look. And this is Devin Archer testifying about 20 different times that Joe Biden called in on speakerphone to Hunter Biden and his business associates, who happen to be oligarchs in places like China and Ukraine. And the point is, final word, Chris, that's only what Devin Archer's talking about. We don't know what else went on with Joe Biden and Hunter Biden.
Yeah, if you cross-check against all of these witnesses and the laptop and the 1023 and the money movement and all of this evidence corroborates the next piece of evidence, if you will. So even though you may have shaky witnesses here and there, all the information matches up, and that spells a prosecution in my book. And I'm not taking this lightly. I'm not trying to just throw stuff out there to see if it sticks. I see real violations here.
Okay, Chris Swecker, thank you so much.